Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It is player ratings time after that 0-0 draw with Everton, of course. I'm going to go into it. Lloris Karius, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he did what he had to do, and he probably did what above and beyond. I mean, that Balassi shot for me is the reason that I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely top draw, and you know what? He comes and makes a high claim late on in the game. It's an important time, and it needed to be done above both an Everton player and a Liverpool player, and maybe two Everton players. Other than that, he wasn't really tested too much, and I think, you know, had Liverpool gone on to win the game, he may have got a higher mark. But yeah, 8 out of 10 seems fair for Karius. Again, I mentioned it on the last show, the match reaction, 8 clean sheets in the last 12 games now for him in all competitions. Absolutely superb. Nathaniel Klein, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I think he did really well stepping back into the fray. He still showed that energy. He made a good cross as well, first half, I think it was. And, you know, they were the things that we didn't used to like about Kleiny's game, but you can tell there that he's a seasoned professional, he's experienced, he knows exactly what he's doing, and his fitness looked good as well. Pleased with that performance for Nathaniel Klein. Dejan Lovren, probably the most disappointing of our defenders. Certainly first half, I thought his passing was really off. And I think there was a few players, actually a few times anyway, certainly moments where a lot of our passing just seemed to miss the mark in the first half. And it wasn't like they were under particular pressure from Everton. It wasn't like a high press from them. I felt they pressed Carvin a little more than the others. They gave Lovren far too much time and far too much space, and he tends to do worse in those situations. Maybe they've done their homework on him anyway. So I'll probably give him a 6 out of 10 for his performance. Dealt with everything in the air, as you expect whenever it went near him. Van Dijk, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 as well. One pass went astray that I can think of. Other than that, you know, he was winning every header that was going into the box for him. Ragnar Klavan, I'll probably give him maybe a 7 out of 10 as well. I think, you know, he was a willing runner down that left-hand side so many times. We watched it on the telly, so obviously he got the same view as thousands of other people. You could see him sort of running past the bottom of the shot and stuff, but we just weren't willing to give him the ball, and it was a bit odd seeing him running and charging in at the back post a couple of times for headers, which the cross was always poor anyway, never made it to him. But you know what, he did well apart from that last 5 minutes, so yeah, sound with that. Wijnaldum, he was probably my Liverpool player man of the match, and probably the man of the match anyway. I think an 8 out of 10 is probably fair for Gini. I thought he was brilliant at winning the ball back for the team, passing the ball on when he needed to pass it on, turning his man, striding forwards and stuff. And it was nice to see him playing that 6, because I think we'll need him on Tuesday. I think he stood up well to the challenges, or few challenges that Everton gave him. Judd Henderson, I was quietly impressed first half with Henderson. As the game went on, I think he had less and less to do, and maybe that was because we sort of sat back a little bit more and stuff. But again, winning the ball back, driving. It's funny to see him not in that 6 and driving on into the box and stuff. It was a little bit strange, and maybe hitting the wing a couple of times. And there was one where he tied that little cut back to cross it with his left. I think he'd been copying James Milner, but he just got absolutely done by the Everton player at the time. Probably a 7 out of 10 for him. Milner, I'd probably give him an 8 out of 10 as well. I thought his first half performance was absolutely brilliant. He does what he does, and he does it well. He does it every single game for us at the moment. Never ever lets you down. Danny Ings, I'll probably give him a 6, 7 out of 10, something like that. I'm fine with that. Again, you know, important that he got some minutes under his belt. Didn't really get into the box to great effect, but, you know, was always harrying, was always chasing, was always a willing runner again. Sadio Mane, for me, he looked like he missed his mates, to be perfectly honest with you. I think, you know, that front three has been absolutely electric, and it was a little bit of a strange one for him, because I kind of felt like, I say he missed his mates, and I think everybody naturally would assume that I'm talking about Firmino and Salah there, but the guy I think that he missed more than anybody was actually Andrew Robertson. And I think that, you know, over the last few games when Mane's been in great form, he's been cutting inside, and Robertson's been the outlet on that left-hand side, and we just didn't have that with Klavan, so we had to take up a slightly different position, maybe more over to the left and a little bit higher than he's been playing, because he was kind of the focal point to release any pressure and stuff down there for us. And, you know, again, you know, it was nice to see him going on and trying to skin his man and stuff, picking the ball up and looking to make things happen. But he did miss Andrew Robertson, he did miss Firmino, he did miss Mo Salah. Kind of felt a little bit sorry for him in that regard, because it's like, oh, I know how to do this. You guys aren't doing the same as me, sounds. Okay, cool, we'll try something new. And Dom Solanke, again, I'll probably give him a 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5 out of 10, something like that. Mate, you know what, I'll give him a 6 or 7. Give him a 6 or a 7. Let's split them both at 6.5s. Sounds, again, I said that on my match reaction, he's a willing runner. Didn't quite have the end product, of course, today. You know, that one where Pickford saves it. It's a good save. It's a very good save by Pickford. But you know what? It is kind of right at him at the same time, and it's a good save in that he gets the ball away and out of danger, but you know, either side of him, and I think that goes in, and it was a bit of a snapshot, of course it was. The other one, Pickford, another great save was from James Milner, wasn't it? That was an outstanding save, but not at the level of Luis Karius, is he, the young Englishman. Trent Alexander-Arnold probably feel a little bit unfair marking him, but I'll give him a 9 just for his performance from the weekend, from midweek, sorry. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain probably should have, I don't know, his first kind of few touches on the ball, he was driving at the defence, and kind of felt like we needed him to do that a little bit more. And you know, he comes onto the pitch and you see that effect that he can have driving at a defence and stuff. I wanted him to play the pass, but after the goal that he scored against Manchester City, you know what, I'm not going to mark 10. That 9 is just ridiculous. I'm being a tit. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'll give him probably a 6 out of 10. I think, you know, you can completely forgive him for taking on the shot. He has to take on the shot. If you're a footballer and you're playing football, even if you're not a footballer, you're taking on that shot. But with hindsight, he probably should have played the man in. I think it might have been Ings. I can't really remember. And Roberto Firmino couldn't have been less arsed about this game if he'd tried. Didn't really do loads of tracking back, which is what you come to expect from Roberto Firmino. Didn't really help Klavan out towards the end of the game. It was the right side of Everton's side that was giving us trouble. Bobby Firmino wasn't really arsed, saving himself for the week, and rightly so. That man's an absolute legend, and I'll forgive him. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 as well. Leave me your player ratings in the comment section. Of course, drop a like on the video if you would be so kind, and if you're new to Redmen TV and you enjoy our videos, please do subscribe on YouTube and check out the rest of the content over on the website. We're going over to film the final word show now. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do 45 minutes to an hour on that game. We'll probably just talk more about Manchester City and the fact that we beat them 3-0 and we've got them on Tuesday. It'll be good. It always is. Thanks for joining me. See you next time on the Redmen TV.